Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is September 3rd, 2015, and today is Thursday. So looking at the economic calendar first, got chock full of news coming out today, economic news coming out, starting out with 10:30 GBP number, PMI services number coming out, and then throughout the day, 2:30 Euro ECB number, ECB rate coming out, and then later in the day, unemployment coming out from the U.S. Of course, tomorrow is the non-farm payroll, biggest number of the month. So let's see how it's all going to pan out. Okay, so let's start looking at the graphs. We're going to start with the EURUSD. As you can see, we're at the bottom of the range again. Okay. Incidentally, as we come closer to the bottom of the range, we're also coming closer to the big number coming out tomorrow. So this should be kind of interesting how this plays out. I'm generally not a fan of getting into positions before a number comes out. Just you never know how it's going to pan out, and as such, it's a little bit more risky and less probability in your favor. So, you can keep an eye on it. This could work out to two ways. Tomorrow and today, we could rally back. We could break this resistance line at 111. And then just realize you have a next resistance line or a support line really at 110. But it's good to know where these parameters are, especially tomorrow. We may just come to 113. We may just rally to 114 and then just peter out. So it's good pivotal points to know some of the barometers of where everything is standing. Looking at the Dow Jones. Now, this has really been a major play. We talked about this earlier in the week. Looking at a 1 hour chart, Dow Jones sold off the other day at 16,051. We rallied a little bit here, and then we just petered out once we fell below 16,435. As such, we're now in this range right here, and then we're slowly breaking up above. Okay, this is it looks like it's going to continue going up above. Okay, there's a little bit of a resistance line here. We're just at that level. So looking at it on a longer term, my target is still 17,100, okay, before or 16,800-ish level. I still think that we could get to these levels. Obviously at 15,162, that's a little bit extreme on the downside, and then at 18,053, I think that's a little bit extreme on the upside. So altogether, the markets are, if you speak to people, on the ground in the United States, things are okay financially. Okay, we're not in a recession. So these jitters are really just based on what's going on in China. Not to underscore that, and not to minimize it, but it still has way to go on the upside. As you can see here, we hit 18,297 over the earlier part of the summer, late May. So, excuse me, altogether, I still think that we've got, a nice potential for a nice bounce, and we still feel that, we could hit this 17,200 level even. So, let's keep an eye on it. Let's see how far it goes. Looking at oil right here, oil, jumping right here to 46. We retraced from $47. We're just at 46 right now. Let's see if it's a turnaround. Okay, this should be kind of interesting to see if this is going to be a turnaround for oil, or is it going to be just a new threshold where it's going to be in a trading range. I think it's going to be a new threshold for a trading range. I think it's going to trade between 46 and 39 until there's some sort of major thing in the world that tells me otherwise. Looking at gold here, we're tracing right back. I believe we had a high of 1170, right, close to 1170. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this chart. Okay, this is why it helps to keep these, just these lines, these horizontal lines, just to show you support and resistance. And you could put actually alerts to let you know when it does hit these type of lines, so that to make a trade. So we just came close. Let's see exactly where we came up to. We came to 1169. Maybe we got the 1170 tick, but 1169, and then that's 2 points away from 1171, and then you started petering out, and sold off to 1117. which would have been a colossal trade. That's a $60 move right there. So needless to say, there's so many moves in the market right now. There really, really are so many moves in the market, and it just behooves you to really be on top of it. Aussie dollar testing in slows again, as you can see here on a major bar. Let's see if it does falter and break down, as Aussie's been really hammered this past year because of what's going on in China. Looking at the USD ZAR again, just trickling up, and just buy and hold. It's like, look at this. It's just 1344. There's nothing stopping it from going to 15. And I still think that we may still hit 15 before the end of the year. It's not positive news for people down in South Africa, but that's just the reality of where the technicals are. My name is Fred Razak. I want to thank you for joining us today and wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.